Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do a quick knife kind of state of the collection review here as well. Now, when it comes to knives, I'm not really, I guess, a collector. I mean, I'm really a watch collector. When it comes to like knives and wallets, I just kind of get a few just because I think they're very practical and kind of good tools to have. But not really a collector, I would say. But I have a little bit of a collection I've put together here. And I wanted to kind of talk about maybe to a novice or to someone in my position who's not really looking to get into collecting, but maybe just wants to get one good knife and or one good multi-tool and kind of which one to get. So, you know, I never actually thought I would spend more than like $50 on a knife or even 30. My first pocket knives I used to buy were always like cheap ones, again, Amazon for like, $8, $9, $10 made out of plastic and, just ones that basically you throw out eventually. So my two kind of there's actually one more, but I lost it. It was the Kershaw Leak. It was like a very sleek looking one. Can't find the damn thing for a life of me. But that Leak and this one were actually my first like nice pocket knives, if you want to say it that. But they're on Amazon. Had a sale, I think, for like $20. So I picked up both of these, and even though it was relatively cheap, I noticed immediately a big difference over the typical junk I've been getting. So that kind of maybe appreciate it more and also maybe use it more because I bought those cheap ones, but I never had any confidence in them. So I never really used them other than to maybe cut like a box open or something like that. So I picked up this Kershaw along with a Leak, and these are pretty good for the money. They're spring assisted, so it's very easy to open because they're going to kind of give you a little assistance there. But overall, I've had this one for a while. Solid knife. This one I got more so because of the copper. I thought it was really cool. Have a totally full copper handles, and this one it's a little bit smaller one too. So this one I don't have a whole lot of confidence to really do any kind of heavy work because I don't feel like I have a good grip on it, and it's just kind of slippery. So this is kind of like my office knife. This I just use around here on my desk. So either I gotta open letters or cut whatever miscellaneous things around the office. That's kind of what I use this one for, more like an office knife. And then we get into kind of the more higher end, for me at least, knives. So these are all kind of in the $100 and up range. So I never thought I'd ever spend $100 on a knife. I remember seeing some Benchmades maybe 2-3 years back when I was looking for a kind of a bug, not a bug out, a bushcraft knife. That's what I was looking for. I was looking at some bushcraft knives maybe 2 years ago. That's when I actually learned about the Benchmade brand. So I saw the knives, but I thought it was kind of crazy to pay that much money for a knife. But if you couldn't tell, I got 3 bug outs. It is my favorite knife, I gotta say. There's a lot of hype about the bug outs, and I'm a believer. I love them. So my first bug out I got actually was this one. So this was my first bug out, and it's the serrated blade. And this is my first serrated knife, and because I had these already, so I thought maybe this would come in handy to cut through like rope or and actually it has been helpful to cut through like weeds. So I'll often carry this on me if I'm mowing the lawn, and see sometimes like a thick weed or like a little baby tree or something. This is really good to kind of just cut those up. But the downside is you get not much of a cutting edge, and this is sloppy for kind of precision cutting. So that kind of led me to want to get a full blade one. And actually the one I bought after that was this one, because on the knife forums, this Paramilitary 2 had a ton of kind of positive reviews. So this was actually my next one I got to get a full blade. And this thing, I mean, this is a tank of a knife. Super, I mean, the sharpest of the whole bunch for sure. I mean, this thing's like a scalpel. Really good in the hand. I mean, this one I have the most confidence to really do anything I need to do. And then I got two more bug outs. So because I love the bug out and I wanted a full blade, and I just love the all stealth look, I got this one. And then I got the mini one just because, I don't know, there's really no good reason to get it or to get multiple knives anyway, but just because I wanted it. I thought it'd be good to have a small one because the knife laws vary by location. So if I'm ever going to travel somewhere, I can just bring this one and know that I'm probably abiding by restrictions given it's got a smaller blade. So that's kind of why I got that one. And this one's also good if you don't have a lot of room in your pocket. Like it's a good knife. The only thing I don't like about it, it is hard to open. It kind of catches your hand here. I have a hard time, doing the flick with that one. And then comes the big boy. So the AD-15 cold steel. So this one I got, just because it's so damn cool looking. I've only carried this out of the house once because it is a big boy. It's not very pocket friendly, but it's so cool looking that I just had to have it. And this is kind of really, I haven't had a chance to use it, but this really is like, I think, the ultimate blend between like a bushcraft knife and a pocket knife, because it's a folding knife, but it's pretty sturdy, where I think it can do a lot of bushcraft activities. But I just love how this knife looks, so I just got it more for the cool factor. So overall, I would say, my favorite knife out of the group is the bug out. Just because it's so, we're talking about EDC here, everyday carry. This is just so light. The stealth blackout look, you can't see it, which I love too. This one actually used to be orange, and it was horrible because it would stick out so bad out of your pocket. Just drew attention. This one just kind of disappears, very stealthy. And I just love the bug out. It is stronger than it looks. I can't see myself doing something that would break it. And it's just so comfortable to carry. The other part about Benchmade is their warranty superb. So it may seem that $100, plus dollars for a pocket knife is a lot, but it will be your only knife you'll ever have to buy because their warranty is so darn good, unless you lose it or like abuse it. So to give you an example, this knife I actually bought used off eBay, and when I got it, it was actually missing the thumb. What do you call it? The thumb screw. I can't remember what it's called. It was missing the belt, and I think it was actually missing a couple screws. So I got it actually really cheap on eBay because it was kind of missing parts. And I just figured, no big deal. I can replace the parts myself. So I bought it, and then just after I bought these, I kind of became more acquainted with Benchmade. So I reached out to them, sent it in for warranty, and because they have a Life Sharp warranty, so I sent it in for sharpening. And when I got it back, they replaced all the missing parts. I didn't even ask or tell them. I just sent it in for the sharpening. As you can see, it's kind of dirty because I've been using it. I use these knives, so sorry it's a little dirty. But yeah, if you're kind of getting into knives or just want, not necessarily getting into knives, but you just want a good knife to have, if you're on a budget, these Kershaws are great. Often for under $30, it'll get the job done. But if you're looking for something kind of more high end, then I do recommend the bug out, as does almost everyone else, because it is a pretty popular knife, but it's just so damn sleek. It's not like a working knife. That's why I think this one would come in handy. So if I know I'm going to be using my knife, I'll bring this one. But if it's just like an everyday carry for those what if situations, I'm almost always grabbing this one. This one's always like my go-to. Now as far as multi-tools, I consider these multi-tools, the Swiss Army knives. These damn little multi-tools are so little that you lose them. I can't find my Leatherman Square. I have that one too, but it's probably stuck in one of my pockets somewhere, one of my pants or jackets. I can't figure out where it is. I'm sure I'll find it eventually, but I wish it was here because that is kind of my favorite micro tool is a Leatherman Square. I just don't have it here. But you know, this thing, I mean, this is like a true tool. I mean, I keep this on me. I mean, yeah, I know this is made to be like a convenience tool, but it really is that good that it can actually be a tool. Like, I reach for these pliers sometimes, even though I have other pliers laying around. But overall, for my favorite like kind of multi-tool to carry, you know, I'd say the one I carry the most, you know, I often will pair these. Like this one I'll carry along because it's so big, and this is the Handyman. But I'll often grab this one because it's my smallest one, and it does kind of gives me a knife and a saw and no scissors. But that's, I mean, I pair this one, so I carry this one, and then I'll either I'll grab the Leatherman Square or this one, and these I kind of will pair these up because they don't take up that much space in your pocket. Like this will fit in your jeans. I don't know what you call that, fifth pocket, the coin pocket. This one just fits in your regular pocket, very light and slim, and I think together this is a good combo. I mean, this will kind of fix or whatever things you encounter throughout your everyday. Between the two of these, you should be fine. But I've done reviews on these in more depth, but just want to kind of highlight the ones that I kind of grab the most. So I'd say this one by far gets the most carry out of anything, but I'll often slip in something extra with this one. So usually I'll pair one of these up. So if I'm carrying a full knife, I'm carrying one of these, usually it's this one, but I'll slip usually one of these in my fifth pocket as kind of an aid, because obviously this does all the cutting, but this will kind of give you some of those little things like tweezers or scissors or some of the kind of tinier tools, and these are so, you know, so tiny that takes up no pocket space at all. So I'll usually kind of pair these up with one of these, and then if I'm carrying one of these, I'll pair it up with either the dime or the Leatherman Square, which usually the Square, I like the Square better, but because I was carrying it, I don't know which pants pocket or jacket pocket it's in right now, so I'm apologies on here for the video. But yeah, I think if you're looking for kind of a, don't want to kind of acquire a lot of knives, just want maybe one or two things, kind of the key ones to get is I'd get a bug out, or have a Kershaw, whatever your budget affords, and then pick up a Gerber dime. I mean, these are for like $16 around Christmas time. I mean, those are a steal. And then if you're looking at Swiss Army knives, you know, either the Camper or a little bit bigger is the Huntsman, or oh my god, why can't I remember the name of it now? The Huntsman is the kind of the sister knife of this one, where it has a corkscrew instead of a screwdriver. But one of those, if you're gonna get something like this, and then pair it, you know, if you need to, maybe with like this, because this gives you the pliers. Actually, that's why I paired this one, because this gives me the pliers and the scissors. This gives me the larger cutting edge and some other accessories. So, but yeah, these are Swiss Army knives are super fun to play with because they're relatively cheap. I mean, anywhere from $20 to $40. So it's not a huge expense to acquire a couple of them. You know, these are even cheaper. These are, you know, in the $20 range. You know, so you can actually have a couple of these. These obviously a little pricier, but yeah, that's kind of my knife collection. I really don't anticipate it growing any further because I'm not really a true collector. I just like to have them for its tool purposes, and I like to have kind of just a nice variety to pick and choose from. It makes it a little more fun, but you know, I know those guys out there have like 100 knives, so you probably won't see me showcasing any new ones on my channel. Just like flashlights. I actually got several flashlights, but not a collector. I just had like 5 or 6 because I think they're cool. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, let me know, and happy cutting, and I'll be putting up some more videos here shortly. Thanks again.